Are you down to do a rapid fire? Rapid fire. Okay.
Yep.
This is going to be the bonus footage. Okay. This is going to be real.
Oh boy.
You're about to piss off some people, but I need to know where you
boy.
stand on these important issues. Okay.
Yeah.
Only politics and religion. That's all we cover in this. No, I'm just kidding. Okay.
I'm on.
Here we go. SNES or Sega?
SNES.
Not even a hesitation. Love it.
Well, okay. Wait. Do you want explanation?
Not at all. No, I don't. I've heard so much from you. I'm so over it.
I'm so sorry. I know.
3 choices: Full House, Family Matters, or Step by Step.
Full House.
Paul loves you. Biggest area that you want to work on as a content creator?
I think it would be like actual edited content. I'm a very bad editor. It would be post stream edited content. The stuff that I put out in short form on Reels and TikTok and all that stuff. I mean, I enjoy it because it's nice to relive those moments that like make me laugh as well. That is like, oh man, like what an idiot. I love those and reposting them, but like I don't feel like I do a good job with it. So I think I can work on that and learn a software and actually get that down.
Edited content. I think that's a big one for a lot of people. Edited content is a time suck, and it is a very skilled art form. I agree.
Yeah.
All right. Are you Gryffindor, Hufflepuff, Ravenclaw, or Slytherin?
Unfortunately, I have been sorted into Hufflepuff because my wife and her family are. Yeah.
I knew it.
They are for real like Harry Potter fans, and I am a movie Harry Potter fan, but I never read the books. And her family, I mean, hardcore, and the majority of them are Slytherin, but there is, I think, one Gryffindor in the family, and I was sorted into Hufflepuff, and they all like hate me for it. But I'm sorry, that's just what it is.
You're totally a Hufflepuff. I knew it before I wrote the question. Best game show of all time.
Best game show of all time. Oh, that's tough. It's because like as a kid, I had a different one than I do as an adult. Because as a kid, oh man, I think I loved. I don't like this question.
I'm sorry. You came to my show, so answer the question. Answer the question.
And you said the rapid fire, but like there's so many options out there. And I think the one, so what I'm going to do, I'm going to be honest about it. The one I was involved with the most, that I voted in, that I called into, that I had campaigns for people. It was The Voice.
The Voice. Oh, very cool.
Yeah.
Okay. I don't think that would be one that people would pick, but I'm a big fan of The Voice.
Well, that's the thing that was tough about it is, immediately my mind goes to the aggro crag, and I was like, I should say it, but that was as a kid, but like the one I spent the most energy in was The Voice.
Let's go to Mo for the rules. Mo. Yeah, I loved Global Guts, of course.
Okay.
Michael Malley, wonderful career.
I know, really great.
Biggest mistake that you've made since starting streaming?
Since starting streaming, the biggest mistake I've made.
Pertaining to streaming, I should say.
Yeah.
I don't want to hear like you made a wrong left somewhere.
Well, yeah. I didn't mean to rob the bank. It was really just I think that, as it pertains to streaming, the biggest mistake that I've made. Wow, that's such a big question. I think there's been a few that more pertain to thinking that something is going to hit big when it's not. That like we talked about it, like getting in your own head about like growth or whatever it is going to be. Mm-hmm. And as a very fledgling streamer, like numbers were cool. But it was only for, I think, like I thought, oh, I'm going to get on to Solly Gnome and like what are all the other services where you see, where am I going to hit it biggest and play those games?
Yeah.
The biggest mistake for me was like pretending that I was going to be that person and like feigning interest in games that I didn't care about because it stops being about like playing the game, then it's like a meta, like you're playing the game, like you're playing some game of you playing, and that was the biggest mistake I made, was playing something I didn't want to play. And
bam,
I won't do it again. I won't do it again. If it comes down to where someone's like, hey, when you hit this point, we want you to play this game with us. That's different. That's, if you're going to force me to play some terrible game because it's a community driven thing, I don't care. But I'm not going to sit here and be like, everybody says as a small streamer, I should play, what is that new Forewarned. Even though I do want to play it, I'm just using that as an example, saying like, you have to play it. And I sit down and play it and I don't like it, but I do it anyways because it's going to grow my channel.
Yeah.
I'm out of that. Now I'm not going to do that.
Yeah, I hear you. Absolutely. Play what you want to play. 100%. Did you bring me a KE3BZ cookie? That's question 1. Okay. What flavor is it?
It's always chocolate chip, unless you want to talk to the baker and get you a favor. It's if you want a bit peanut butter butt, you want some white chocolate macadamia nut.
Did you say peanut butter butt? That's an interesting flavor.
Do I have to go through the whole spiel? Listen. Okay.
I do have a follow up. Where does the Keebs cookie idea come from? What was the thought behind that?
That's a great question. You know what's funny is I was sitting down, and so my stream when I started, I didn't know anything about streaming, except for the technology I knew because I had helped one of our mega churches get into like live streaming. So I knew about like the tech and the encoding and everything that goes into that. But as far as like streaming services and stuff, when I came in, like I said, I like to develop outside the box, and everybody was like, "You got to get Streamlabs or OBS," and I was like, "No." And so I've got a program called XSplit.
Oh yeah.
Don't do that. So I got a program called XSplit, and
I also officially endorse XSplit. I'm a partner with them. Don't get it. Yeah, that's good. Yeah. Very good.
So I was using them, and I was like, you know what I want to do? I want to have some sort of redemption that people can like interact with my stream and have like a currency that is something we share. And I was like, what is something that starts with K? And I was like, nothing. How about a cookie? I like cookies. Who doesn't want a cookie? And I genuinely, it came to my mind as who doesn't like cookies and who doesn't want like a cookie in my stream? We'll just call it a Keebs cookie. And so I went through, if I would have used OBS, this would have taken me like 2 hours. I used XSplit, and I created a listener that was like a bot that listened to my channel. And if it heard the command, it saw that, and it triggered a hotkey through like an external program that was called, I think, like soundboard and death counter. And it would hot trigger that, and that would start like just all it would do was count up the cookies through Streamlabs, and it would say it in the bot, and then I'd have to press F1 and it would play the video and count it up. And so as the stream got like bigger, if you will, when those would come in like 3 at a time, I'd be like 2, 3, okay, and it got to be
this is a Rube Goldberg that you created.
I know. And so eventually I was like, there has to be a better way to do this. There has to be another way. Yeah. And I ended up just like diving into OBS, head first, and I love it to death. It's the best thing in the world. But the Keebs cookie literally came from, I asked my wife again, this was the only time where she said I don't know about that. And I was like, I'm doing it anyways. Where I did the Keebs cookie, and she was like, why though? And I was like, I don't know, but I really want it to happen, and I'm just going to do it. And so I did.
Hey,
wait a second. Hold on. Star Fox. I'm so sorry that I just.
Star Fox, rewatch the VOD until you get it.
By the way,
what's the matter with you?
One of my favorite games ever, and I have a whole scene built around it in my stream. It's just for you. So sometime you'll make me do a barrel roll. But so really, if you want a very clear explanation, let me slow it down. I like cookies. I think you like cookies. I wanted to share cookies. That's it. That's all there is to it.
I like cookies too. I like cookies too. It's so good. I know, that was good. Last question that I have on my thing here. Will we do this again sometime?
Yeah, man. This is great. One, I adore you. You're awesome. I love your community. I love the content you create. Thanks, genuinely, I feel like as a youngin, I missed out on a lot of the retro gaming because my grandparents had a console, but we didn't. We just didn't have the faculties to afford like the NES as it came around, and the SNES even came from my grandparents later on. I got the Donkey Kong Country edition as it came out.
That's a good one.
So like we finally got an SNES, but it still technically was like my sister's, and I got to play it. It wasn't until the N64 that was my console that I got to really dive in deep. And then from then on, like I was out at midnight launches for every console after that. But the N64 is my first, like, this is mine. So like experiencing it through you and like great playback and other people like that is really magical for me, because I was like, oh, I remember my cousin playing this, or my uncle played this at my grandparents' house. And it's like, wow,
that's
this
cool.
this is way cooler than I thought it would be, but I never got the chance to play it. I played like Afterburner and TMNT, Chip and Dale and Bible Adventures, like.
Yep. Oh, I remember. Shooting mana at heathens to convert them. I understand.
That's right.
I know how
you
it
get
goes.
the basket. Yep, and the spiders everywhere. Man, that game was rough action because it was made so poorly. But it's been an adventure for me to see you guys create that. So it's been my pleasure to hang out with you. For you to even deem me worthy, like to be on what you have here, is humbling, because I don't think that what I create is really worthy of what you have created. So thank you for letting me ruin your night.
The feeling is mutual. You have ruined my night. No, this has been great. Same feeling that you're sharing about mine. I reciprocate to you, man. I think what you're doing, and so much confirmation of this in the chat, what you're doing comes from such a genuine place. It's easy to come alongside you. It's easy to vibe with you. It's easy to just cut through the nonsense that's so tough to do sometimes. Like, everyone goes into a stream kind of guarded, I think. for right reasons. People's kind of walls are up and not sure what to expect, and I think you have a way of cutting through that real quick with people. And so keep going on that is my encouragement, because it resonates certainly with your audience. You got a rabid group of folks here who would follow you because you do that. So
It resonates.
That's pretty good. That's pretty
It's
good.
not bad, right?
We'll talk. We'll have my people talk to your people. We'll work